Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Davo from Archon Esports, bringing you another 1v1 StarCraft 2 cast today. This time on Antigua Shipyard, and this time it is a ZVP. That is right, a Zerg versus Protoss. So let me introduce our players. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have Mr. Fitzyhere, who is our red Zerg today, and then in the top left-hand corner, we have Lobber, who is our blue Protoss. Awesome. These guys both come from the Masters League of the US servers. I believe this is a ladder match. I stand to be corrected on that. And I'm just going to quickly point out that both these players do actually do commentary, and they stream their games as well. And the link for the streams is going to be below the video in the description section for you to see. Awesome. So, a little bit more information. Let's see. Lobber, who again comes from the US servers, has about 112 APM, so that is pretty good. Not too bad at all, or at least that is what Drop.Starcraft says, or Drop.SC even says. And Fitzy here has about 208, and that is sourced from the same website. And that is that, and we do see that Lobber has put a pylon on the low ground, so we can expect a pretty fast expand from Lobber right about now, probably around the 14 supply mark. Lobber asking why Fitzy has not 6-pulled. I'm confused face right there. It isn't a 6-pull. It is actually a 13, 14, 15 pull. There we are. One of those ones. Awesome. And that is that. So it doesn't look like... Oh, it's going to be a forge fast expand from Lobber right about now, unless he tries to do some crazy cannon rushing tactics or something like that. But I mean, cannon rushing a Zerg doesn't usually work so well, because you can't build anything on the creep, therefore you can't really get your buildings as close as you'd like. For example, I think the closest area you could build a cannon in order to attack something at the moment would be here, and then you'd have to get something on the high ground to spot, and the whole thing would be just a mix-up and pretty pointless. Indeed. But then again, it would act like a contain as well. We do have Lobber building in a nice kind of wall across here, which I do know that quite a lot of Protoss players do like to do as well. No gas just yet, but you can't exactly blame him for that, as he is doing his fast expand pretty nicely. This doesn't actually look... This isn't entirely blocked here, but it does look entirely blocked here at the moment. So I mean, we're yet to see the kind of block that is going on here. We'd have two Zerglings coming up here and supposedly scouting around for a pylon of the proxy variety that might be placed down, but unfortunately, well, I suppose unfortunately, it's not there. There is no proxy pylon there. That is what I'm trying to say. Awesome. This queen will see the probe running up the ramp and trying to go into Fitzy's base. And that is about that. Just as well, I've actually I've casted both of these guys before, and I don't know if I said this earlier, but I genuinely kind of think they play on they play at a Grandmasters level, not really a Masters level. I know that Lobber, I think Lobber was once in Grandmasters League. Again, I do stand to be corrected on that, but hey ho, there we are. Of course, this is Antigua Shipyard, so we do have the Xel'Naga Tower in the middle, and it's also the tournament version of the Xel'Naga, as these mineral patches here are not high yield, they are just standard yield, and it is force cross spawns as well on this map. It's something important to note, because if somebody takes the Xel'Naga Tower, then they pretty much are able to control and see what happens all in the middle of the map, so it's quite an important thing to own, especially in the mid game. Along with that, actually, if you own that Xel'Naga Tower, the control of these bases here and here is very much yours, and that's why Antigua Shipyard, in my opinion, is a really, really good map. These zealots just scouting around here, making Zealot and Stalker even scouting around, making sure there is no funny business going on, and I half expect to see this Stalker and Zealot going and trundling along to the Zerg base pretty soon. We do see that quite a lot again in ZVP matchups. So if we go to the production tab right now, we can see that Fitzy here is getting a layer up right about now. And Lobber is also getting a robotics facility. I always get robotics bay and robotics facility confused because I am a newbie. Indeed, I am. There's also weapons +1 on the way for Lobber as well. And of course, that really helps in how effective certain units are. Well, ground units for that matter are. I know that it means that Zealots can kill Zerglings in 2 hits instead of 1, or something. Sorry, 2 hits instead of 3. I think that's correct. But either way, I mean, getting weapons upgrades against a Zerg opponent as Protoss is absolutely paramount. It's primary. It's crucial. It's something that you really have to do, and we do have a really cool looking creep highway coming down from Fitzy here right now, and it's play like this which I really like to see. It's a really advanced way of creep spreading actually. He's just going along in these little bits of creep that the overlords are dropping off, and sticking a creep tumor in there too. It's a really nice way of doing things actually. Really nice way of doing things. That's something that I haven't actually seen too much. I mean, I've seen creep highways before, but as for what this queen is doing, it is yet to be seen. But we do have a roach move out as well coming here, and it does look like maybe the queen is coming along for either funsies or to transfuse these roaches. She doesn't have quite enough energy on her just yet to do any sort of transfuse, but I'm sure she will fairly soon, and that could come down to be a pretty crucial thing. Unfortunately they're only being 1 sentry. There isn't quite enough to block off the ramp by any means, and it does look like Fitzy here is going to have to pull out, and he's probably going to lose that queen because she is so slow. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have any sentries left, but here we have Fitzy here coming back with more roaches and probably being able to do some sort of counter attack, but this immortal really does damage these roaches terribly. Fitzy here getting the most if he can by running into the base and probably doing a little bit of scouting right about now, but unfortunately this does look like it could be the end for Fitzy's aggression. No more, 5 more roaches coming in, and that immortal really has been doing his work today. He has 7 kills, all of them roach kills, unless one of them is the queen. It does look like Lobber is going to be going quite a lot more defensive right about now as well, as Fitzy here pushes straight back into the natural, and I'd say that Lobber is in kind of a tight spot right now. He definitely has the tools to deal with this attack with the immortals, and he is actually getting the armor upgrade as well, which is preferable seeing he is under attack. We also have Lobber kind of mana blocking himself a little bit here, but it does look like he'll be able to hold off this attack from Fitzy here, and quite a lot of roaches from Fitzy here are going to be going back to base pretty shortly. We have an overlord here just dumping the creep all over the third, making sure that Lobber cannot expand anywhere. Again, pretty nice play from Fitzy here. And whilst that attack was taking place, it was taking its third. Always a good idea to expand while an attack is taking place. And now we have him going a kind of more defensive sort of mode, probably going and trying to transition into the mid game, as it were. I mean, Fitzy here has quite a lot of roaches. It does look like maybe he's going to go and push again, or perhaps just scout around the map, or not. He's just going to have a quick look about, but I mean,